its way to rebirth, to reborn, to new pages, unread and unwritten and unformed, to conform, to pursue and undo our own truths, to rewrite and reshape ourselves, because we are, and I am, here. Nude in my scars from a renewed beginning, my pores sweat smoke as my skin glows, white hot from lifetimes, melted down into liquid lullabies, luminescent within my own rib cage, subdivision of my crooked spine, bashed, beaten, and in decline, because it's a war everywhere, and it turns out that free will isn't as acquiescent as some had hoped, because it is what it is, free. Free of the debris of my former father's conflicts, this freedom has taken me farther and farther, this revolution further than I had ever known. I'm a convict of my own conception, a prisoner of war to my own cause, and there's entire worlds filled with causes, filled with dreams. Doubts wage war with dreams until I dream doubts and nothing's as it seems. Eventually, all internal becomes external, whether through tears or shotgun shells. Both tear holes through flesh, but these dreams mesh and become bulletproof.
Yeah.
Eventually, we all become martyrs to ourselves. We rebel against our social selves and sell our souls to reinvent ourselves. We murder what once was. We who created hell, but we can never know. We each hold a spark that ignites the flames of war, and the whole world's burning. Brains aflame, colliding collisions, collectively creating the contours of war. Unnamed but unanonymous, we become synonymous with the very shadows of our battles that betray us and portray this portrait of war. We inhale ourselves, every detail that nails us to our crosses, and exhale infernos, resurrecting and representing us, representing ourselves in the art of war in us, reverberating around us, creating the percussive factors manifested in one human heart beating. In one breath, all life was sparked. All trials end in peace, but all life brings trials. We were created through the violence that craters this earth and paints it black like the dark side of the moon with the deepening shadows of hopelessness. But for those whose senses cannot sense nor make sense of absolute blackness, the world shines in crimson. Skies draped in scarlet like rose petals dripping down, detached from God's desires to divide us from that singular image inside all of us, and to finally create a world without thorns. But peace needs war to protect it, and without thorns there can be no rose, no pleasure and no measure for beauty except in a state of everlasting peace. And therefore death, the most beautiful knot in God's design, brings us finally to rest. Over one of her husband's dead eyes, the wife placed a rose petal, crowned by a single translucent tear. The other eye she kissed and allowed her fingers to gently brush his brow as she lifted her lips to form these words. Words that permeated peace and transcended its final sanctuary in death, echoing across all the skeletons of the underworld, unconsciously reveling in God's greatest gift. Warriors, farewell.